So today we are talking about how to take this shot to this shot just in here. So first of all, we need to find a good subject. I want to do it on my favourite thing, obviously apart from my family, and no, before anybody says, apart from me as well. Next thing is my camera. It's a nice easy start. Obviously cameras don't move. If you're taking portraiture of people, then you need to figure out that as well. But I didn't want to use any flash. I don't use any flash at all. And it's not something I really want to get into because I don't need it. So I have a couple of little tricks up my sleeve to make it look extra interesting. First thing is obviously this setup. It's obviously not particularly interesting. The room itself is a bit of a mess. This is my office, so this is used pretty much every day. So it's functional rather than kind of practical for studio sessions or anything like that. So, but I want to show you how easy it is to set up a shot with a couple of little bits and a little bit of clever thinking. So let's get on to the actual shot itself. So first thing, what I want to do is obviously get my subject, which is obviously my camera, kind of in the middle of the shot. The reason I want to do that is because I want a little bit of depth back here, and I want a little bit of difference between the camera and it as well. So it's pretty much in the middle of where the camera is and the wall is as well. The next thing, I will be shooting on a, let me show you actually. I'll be shooting on the Samyang 85mm f1.4 Mark II. So the next thing, probably the most important thing with any shot, no matter it be weddings, product, even wildlife and landscape, is lighting. So these lights are the ROTOLIGHT EOS or EOS 2, however you pronounce it. This is the Masters kit, so you get two of these with the diffuser on as well. You get the stands and you get a big rugged bag along with it. These are powered by kind of AC, but you can also use V-mounts like this. Any standard V-mount with obviously the usual connector. You basically just go on the back of there, then obviously the lights become a lot more portable. But I really don't need the V-mounts because I'm in such a small room anyway. I've got power sockets everywhere, so I don't really have to worry about that. So let's set up our shot and let's see what we want. Like I said before, I want this in the middle with a bit of background in it. And the other thing I don't want is these lights. These are horrible lights. These are obviously the tungsten kind of strip lighting. It's great for working in the office because it's nice and bright, but for any shots, you really don't want that. So I'm going to position them 45 degrees behind the camera. The reason why is I don't want harsh light hitting the front of it. I want it almost to kind of just come through. That gives it a little bit more depth. Creates those shadows and the lights as well. What I am going to do, because obviously these are very, very clever, is use the app for these lights. So this is kind of what it looks like. Again, not particularly interesting. Got both lights on and they're at about 40% now. I don't know if you can see this. It's going to focus. Oh, let me just get out of the shot. So this is the app you get. I have both of my lights just on here, and I can control the brightness here, and I also can control the colour. So with a normal flash, I would be using gels and things like that to actually colour the light, but because these are full LEDs, and because they are continuous, I can actually see exactly what I'm doing and control the colour just from the app. So what I'm going to do is just go into, and you can see it here, gels. So I click on that, and then I can pick, just this one here, I can pick the colour. Orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You don't just have the option of those gels. You can pick pretty much any colour that you want So you can have a lot of fun with this. I'm just going to stick with the gels because it makes things a little bit easier. So one side, I think I'll have red. Or should we have maybe that blue? I'll tell you what, let's have that red. I really like that one. Then what I do, I click on the other light. Then I'm controlling the other light now. Let's have that in blue. So I've just turned up to full brightness as well. The reason I'm doing that is because on the shot I do actually want to stop down. Even though I have that nice 1.4 the aperture, I probably want to shoot this about f10. The reason I do that is just because I want all the camera in focus, not just front or back of it. So let's take that shot. So that shot isn't that bad. The issue is all this kind of behind me. I really don't want kind of my awards and stuff, you know, kind of bigging up myself there, and everything else in the background. So all I'm going to do is take a sheet and a few pegs, technically C16 clamps, but they are just pegs just for washing and clothing, and just hang this up just behind it. And the best thing, it doesn't even have to be ironed, which is great for me. So let's see between the first shot, the second shot, and the third shot with a nice bit of lighting and a little bit of know-how. We can make a massive difference to your product photography and even mine going forward as well.